want you for your teenagers. Yes, I want the numbers. Hello. Yes, it's a day late, but yeah, I borrowed my son's mask. How's everybody doing? I tell you that the idea to get back into streaming and doing it regularly again and having to work a full day is like a bit nuts. But yeah, I hope everybody's well. Hello, Alison. Welcome, welcome. Um, yeah, so I wanted to talk about, like, it was the first year that I sort of not celebrated, but supported my son in having his little adventure, going trick or treating, being with his friends. His friends, of course, the ones that he went to with Comic Con, the one made an entire outfit. I think they're called Furbies. I don't know, but his one friend did an incredible costume. I thought I'd have photos by now, but I do not. So yeah, hello, Danid. Yeah. Did you guys celebrate the Hallows? Did you have children? Did you guys dress up? Did you go to any fabulous party? Sorry, I had stepped out of the shower and my hair's still drying. But yes. So did you have fun? Did you do anything? Did you think about doing anything? So it started sort of my son nagging me. Hello, training van. How's it? My son nagging me. I need a costume. So I was like, okay, well, which character do you want? So first he said Michael Myers, right, from Halloween itself. So I was like, okay, so off I go to the costume shop. I waited in a queue for an hour, okay, then got the costume, right? Got it all figured out. No. He changed his mind to Jason. So then he had to go back and wait for an hour in the queue and then get his stuff. But check here so that is not real blood, obviously. That is fake blood. And on looking at it now, it's seriously scary. It comes in a little bottle. I'll go and get it just now, actually, if you want. And I can show you what it looks like. Because it's seriously like when it dries on something, it actually properly looks like fake blood. So it's really, really freaky. So you can really go mull. So yes, how's it? Let's say hello to the peoples. I switched the kitchen light off and got a mousse fright when you said hello. Oh, good. I'm glad. No, at least then it worked, right? Then my character worked. So yes, how's it, our bites? Yeah, no lekker with the grappies on the group. Hello, look who's here. But wait, I'm struggling. As we get older, the one thing I also realized this Halloween, I'm officially. Oh, and of course, Joking Atheist did remind me that I am old today. Yes, he called me Pluya. Yes, I'm old, okay? I'm old, thank you. Is he not too old for trick-or-treating? Which brings me to the question, is there an age limit to that kind of activity? I don't think so. Look, obviously, what was awesome about it, so I got a message from a friend to say that there was this trick-or-treat happening in the neighborhood. Would I like to join? And I was like, sweet. And I said to my son, get some friends together. We're going to do this. Actually, I didn't think I'd be going along. But then I thought, well, I've got 2 other kids to look after. Let me go. Just make sure everything's safe and okay, Yeah, all knowing. Now I know I need to really get back on the treadmill and start exercising and doing, because I was literally zombie fodder. We were right at the back. Okay, we did arrive slightly late. The kids and everyone had all caught up with the group, but people were awesome. You walked like on 800 meters, and then there was a house with lights and music and dancing and sweets, and everything was individually packaged. The care that had gone into those packages. So thank you to everyone who contributed and gave and just had a jolt. You know what? And everyone's like, oh, it's satanic, it's this, it's that. What I always say, nothing is as it seems unless your thinking makes it so. So even, like, I'm sure that's an adage or a quote from somewhere. I can't think now where it's from. But, you have to and it was all about the connection. And then I know friends who went to parties and everyone was having a joke. Everyone is keen to just get back in the saddle and have fun and feel like normality. Yeah, okay, I'm going back to the comments. So yes, that was my take. It was very cool. I will try and get photos at a later stage and put them on the group. By the way, if you know anyone in the group and you have their numbers and you're not in our group yet, you're welcome to send me an email, rebelliousruthie@gmail, and ask to be put on the group, and we will put you on the group. Yes, so hang on a second. What? Our only trick. Usually afterwards a restraining order comes along. Ha ha ha. What's the worst trick you've done? I know someone. They were at school, and his girlfriend broke up with him, or she lied to him about something, and he gave her a dead goldfish in a bowl, like had it delivered to her house and everything. Like, what's the most sort of macabre trick, that you can think of that someone's done? I think I once gave my first love a frozen sheep heart. I don't know. Maybe I did. I don't know. I was loved anatomy and stuff. So yeah, he literally had my heart. Thanks, V. Thanks a lot for that. We're working on that one. Thank you. We're working on that. I celebrated drawbring and got the shock of my life. Oh, really? I hope it's good news. Hope it's not bad news. Really hope it's good news. No, I'm waiting for I'm telling you, I'm having anxiety this morning. I was like checking bank balances, seeing all the SMSs. I'm just like, may the best debit order win. For real. Tonight, I'm putting my phone on silent. We'll see what's trampoline tomorrow, or if it does. Here's hoping. It's tight, folks. It's really tight. And just so you know, the petrol price is obviously going up tonight at 12 o'clock. So if you haven't yet filled your car and you can afford to, I think go and do it, because, I don't know, TG said to me, he's not driving all the way to go and, to fill up his car at this stage, because it's just, he's over it. I think people are just over it. What is the tradition of the trick as opposed to the treats in Hollywood? Speak. I think you wouldn't get a treat, obviously. So there would be no sweet or whatever it is waiting for you. And it would be, I suppose, but I don't think people do that. I really don't think. And if they did, then I think teenagers would toilet paper the guy's house. I've just got to find one thing, folks. I cannot find my eyes. 1 second. I thought I put them down and I was ready. I must have moved. 1 second. Look at my fire. It's chilly, hey? Here in Gauteng. For the vragies of me. Okay, there we go. Right, I've got me eyes. Whoops. There goes Jason. What was the scariest horror movie you guys saw when you were growing up? Mine was definitely Halloween. And then there was that crazy movie, It. No, not It. There's something out there where the character, or the thing, what was it? And the character would change into someone you knew and then try and kill you. Yeah, very scary. And got the shock of my life. So it was not your son pushing for this, but rather you. He participated in a mom activity. No, it was him. But I enjoyed supporting him. Yes, he was a bit old, but I mean, dressing up, and after the 2 years of freaking lockdown, I encourage any sort of intersocial action. Definitely. Like, we have to encourage our kids, ourselves. If you can, just grin and bear it. What's the trick in Hollywood, Brandon? Tell us, please, a wise one. Halloween is actually celebrated in a lot of countries, Mexican Day of the Dead, and many others. Interesting, the other deeper you dive, you find it marked a last cataclysm. Okay. Training VM, where you might have to come on the show and explain it to us. So I know I also enjoyed Sleepy Hollow. There are lots of old horror stories. I also started watching Supernatural, basically because I don't know about you guys, but I cannot fall asleep without a screen. Like, I have to have something playing in the background. Also, I find when I'm watching movies, I'm literally scrolling on shorts or reels or something. Like, we have just become so short-waved. Like, we have just become so I don't know, distracted and unable to focus and bored. And we get so, but then there's, of course, I remember, as I say, bored, only the boring get bored. But I just feel like I have to be busy while I'm playing a silly game when I'm watching a movie. So I don't know about anyone else feeling that way, but yeah. So I'd never done trick or treating either. Okay, usually we have Purim, right? We have Purim, where we all get dressed up as a theme or not a theme. You go as whatever you want, and that's a jewel. Brandon Shin's the show that freaked him out was Nightmare on Elm Street. No, 100% it was up there. I was babysat by people who had a thing for horror movies. Like that was their thing. Like every weekend they'd take out Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, you name it, and I'd be babysat, of course, and their house was spooky. They had those pictures of that boy crying, and it was about, I think it spoke about he perished in the London fires, and they made this photo, they made these paintings out of them, the boy crying, and then whenever you walked around the room his eyes would look at you. Like all their paintings in their house were like this, and they had this affinity for horror movies. So as a child, I was terrified, proper. Like if I had to bath, even after I'd seen Jaws at a very young age, I'd like properly plug the. It sounds ridiculous, I know. Please laugh at me. But I'd plug the holes because I'd be terrified, like something was going to come out of the plugs or something was going to happen. So yeah, I still believe keep those things away from kids, like small minds. It's amazing how I think we've become very, very lackadaisical about what our kids see. But yeah, it definitely scared me. I definitely couldn't swim at night. I couldn't go to the pool and swim at night because as soon as I hit that water, I don't know. Yeah. A trick is usually scaring someone without a treat afterwards. I see. Thank you, Arbite. Okay, so Training Van has looked it up for us. Trick or treat start, I'm going to read it here. 1911, first called guising, then spread to the States. It used to be celebrated around a bonfire, October 31st, when passed away loved ones could contact you. Ooh. So I don't know if I like thinking I'm summoning the dead. Oh yeah, Poltergeist. I think that was one of the first ones. Oh, and of course, what was the one where her head turns around? What was it called? Help, guys. I think not The Shining. I actually want to watch The Shining. I really do. I can't think of it. What was it? Not the priest. I don't know. Something. Robert says I sleep better with background noise. My absolute worst horror movie is my wedding video. No, touche. I can see you're probably not the only one. Oh, that's quite funny. I love Freddy Krueger. Why do you love him? Because he's so misunderstood. Like that's the thing. So I had a crazy idea for the now woke, very woke storytelling cinematograph theme park place. I don't know if I should mention it here. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should. Like Maleficent to me was epic in that they took the antagonist, and they gave her a proper backstory so we knew who she was and where her anger and her hurt and her pain came from. Because let's face it, any villain has that rejection. I'm sure even Kim Jong-un has that fucking rejection, right? That's why he is such a doss, because he was rejected by the US. I mean, look at their flag. You put those two flags together, United States of America and North Korea flag together, they look like the same bloody flag. So I think it's a case of like almost wanting to be that, but then not being accepted, then hating it at the very end, sort of like a Hitler complex as well. So yeah, my idea was like bring back the antagonists, bring back, make a story about why they became who they did. Why did they become the villain? No, makes sense, no? And then they started bringing out the remake of the exact same story in Lifetime. What the hell? No, it's doof. Anyway, that's just my idea. Jaws is now on TCM. I don't have TCM. I don't know. How do you get TCM? But I think it's on Netflix as well. I still haven't cancelled anything. I'm sort of stuck in limbo. So yeah. Funny how our fears, in this case real, have entered pop culture. For sure. In terms of what, Brandon? Agoraphobia, anxiety. Yeah. What? Tell us, please. I know I spoke to someone also a while ago, and they're like asexual. They can't actually be with anyone. They can't be they have issues. They have serious bloody issues. And it's crazy to think that there are people out there who can't be around anyone, even when they know that that's their instinct and they want to have sex, but they can't because they've been programmed by bullshit that either sex is before marriage is wrong, or it's not right, or it's dirty, or if you like all sorts, and masturbation is wrong and all of that. So yeah, just be grateful that you are who you are and you can function as you can. And yeah, so oh yes, The Exorcist. Thank you, Vam. Thank you, Training Vam. Yeah. So that was hectic for me. But now I watch them and they're sort of like meh. The last It I watched, and that was pretty cool. That It was great. Joking. Rebellion, wedding videos are just like the movie The Ring. If you make one, you could possibly lose your car, your house, and your livelihood. Very scary reality TV. You are too clever. Yeah, no, it's true. True story, that. It's like that thing about she got half the house, and there's literally half the house. Yeah, no. Anyway. But I think people are over that. Are people getting married still? Maybe the younger generation. You had like parents who lived like who've stayed together forever. I don't think people are getting married. I don't see any of my friends who are divorced or single at my age or at our age getting married now. Nah. What for? What for? Just complicates stuff. A villain who attacks you in your dreams, no escape. I even remember the song by Will Smith when he and DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, Never Sleep Again. Yeah, yeah. Very scary stuff. It's hectic. It's very. And did you know that not sleeping is actually a form of torture? So with the kids being around all weekend, and I don't know what it is. I just don't sleep well on the weekends. Like I'm thinking, yay, I can sleep late tomorrow, Saturday morning, and then TG will wake up, or the dogs will want to go out. And I'm the type of person, I struggle to fall asleep again. Like once I'm up, I'm up. So yeah, it's a blessing when you can go back to bed and actually sleep and not have to think, oh God, I'm going to have to deal with, having an afternoon snooze. Like lately as well, like the last few weekends, because I haven't been sleeping on Friday nights, I have to have like a 40 winks in the Saturday afternoon. I'm like you see, joking atheist, I'm really old. I'm having cat naps, for heaven's sake. Dharma was a hit this year. Yeah, like people are fascinated with the macabre and the drama, and because it's just so, I think, so strange. And what's really worse is that it's people who live right next door. Like you don't know what goes on. You don't know what they do. Like it's people that commit these like horrendous, crazy things. Hello, Karan is boring. Welcome. I know someone who is trisexual. He's so desperate. He's up for whatever. Ha ha ha. Good joke. Yeah, he'll try anything once. What did someone say to me? Who was it? Oh, that someone in a band is like, will also try anything, trisexual, some character in a band. I'm not gonna say who, because I'll hopefully will get them on the show sometime. Cool, joking atheist. I'm so glad you're willing to try anything. I know you, so I know you're not into bestiality, and that's good, and small children. So yes, okay, you go try anything. I'll try anything, I think. Well, certain things. I don't know. Yes, I joking atheist thinks I'm not much of a rebel. So my mother used to call me rebellious because If she says no, I'd say yes. And if I'd say yes, she'd say no. And I don't know, I just never, I never fitted into the boxes that I was always put in. I was always doing something else or wanted to try something else or wanted to be something else. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah. Strangest outfit I saw was someone who slapped on the equivalent of seaweed, asking what he is. Sushi. The whole different level of fear for some. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes, that girl was kidnapped from Joburg University a few years back. Lived 2 doors down from my friend and a block away from me. We were all shocked. Yeah, no, I tell you, monsters are among us. Monsters are among us. Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely think that. Where was I going? Oh, yes. And I watched. Okay, so to prepare for Halloween, my son obviously asked me to watch the latest Halloween. And I was like, oh, yawn. But I was glad when she was giving it to him on the kitchen table. Die, 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 die. Yeah, I won't ruin it for anyone. But yeah, I don't know. 2 hours. Do you want to waste your life? I'll just watch a review on it. I wouldn't waste my life watching that again. And then I watched, what did I watch? I watched Candy. That's 5 episodes. 5 episodes. Okay, not paying attention. 5 episodes, and they're I think about an hour or so long each. And it was done very well. Jessica Biel, and I'm not going to tell you. Obviously, if you know who she's married to, then you know someone makes an appearance. And also is in the movie, and I love him. I think he is such a talented actor, and she's also brilliant in this movie. She is absolutely brilliant. Like you think, my God, is that Jessica Biel? Like it's amazing. The transformation is incredible. Such respect, such respect. So, and if you all, I don't know who's finished watching it, because and that's the thing. It was advertised how I saw it initially. It was on that woke cinematic theme park channel, and I'm going, Joking Atheist doesn't like when I say woke. Okay, there's woke, according to Joking Atheist, there's woke on the left and there's woke on the right. But we'll talk about that one day. Anywho, and I'm thinking to myself, how can this channel show thrillers and like parents literally plonk their children in front of the screen? I don't know about you, but I've seen parents who just put their kids in front of the screen and they don't care what they see and what they watch. Next thing they'll be, oh, candy, boom. And then they'll see something that they shouldn't. Okay, it does take a long, they'll probably see it's not anything interesting and hopefully switch it off. But I mean, yeah, it's a bit odd. Very odd. I'm allergic to relationships at the moment. Gone celibate. 900, you need to collect yourself after what you've been through. Again, Mazel Tov. And I think that's a very powerful place. My biggest weaknesses is not being able to be alone when I need to be. When I don't know, I have to be. I like being alone at times, obviously, and I'm sure you do too. But when I'm sort of forced to be alone, like obviously when you have a breakup or when it's hard. It's hard to be. For me, some people find losing someone, or they have to be alone, they need time, and that's fine. We each to their own. I like being around people and distracted, or like watching all 4 seasons of Game of Thrones. Did that once when a family relative died, just to keep my mind out of thinking like that's what's happening and that's what's happened till the funeral, and then it was like a different ball game. Okay, that is hardly rebellious. Yes, I hear you. But we'll get there. I'll put on my big girl panties one day and then we'll see the real me. We'll talk. I need a fellow to bounce these ideas off of. I want to talk about people's deep, dark seated psychological issues when it comes to sexuality, because I believe we all preconditioned, we all programmed to believe a certain way about sex or about the way we should behave, about men and women being put into certain stereotypes. And because of that, they can't sort of breathe or move in their own way. You know what I'm saying? Like a girl can't make a move on a guy, and a guy has to wait for, the first 3 dates in order to kiss the girl or whatever it is. There's all these like constraints of what we should be or should not be. So yes. Let's see. A training van. Okay, you guys are having a fat chat there. Alrighty. She was giving it to him on the kitchen table, and do that action again with your hand. Ha ha ha. Yeah. I'm sure most men like this one. Yeah. No. Not sideways, so that would be awkward. Yeah. Unless you toothless. Unless you're completely toothless, and it's easy. You can't be forced to be alone. So when you've had a fight with a really good friend, or when you've broken up with someone, when you've had a divorce, when you've lost someone, and you're alone, if that makes sense, and you feel like your world has ended, right? Been there, done that. Tick. Horrible feeling, like you wish you could just have amnesia because it hurts so much, right? I even had a partnership and that happened to me, and that's how I felt. I was devastated. The labels, the boon of society. Now we're talking. Yeah, you see? Mustn't put yourself in a box. No. Sis. Yeah. Sis. My y'all peoples. Okay, so I watched the Halloween show, and we watched the candy, and we went and got candy. There was so much candy, but not like crap candy. Like, it's fine. Like, some places had nice candy, and what's nice is, like, it's all the stuff you get from these markets. So I was just like, no, I'm not touching any of it. That stuff's poison. No. The stuff with no, like, sort of SABS approved. Like, it's just random stuff that comes in lucky packets. So, yeah, but parents were very supportive. Oh, my friends, my son's parents even brought a cake. That was cool. There was a cake, a green and black cake, with sweets in the middle. That was quite cool, with a little tombstone on the top. That was fun. It was a delicious cake. I need to find out who actually made that, because I don't know, I'm not a cake person per se. I like cheesecake, and I like fridge cheesecake is my best. I love chocolate mousses, creme brulees. Yeah, I'm not really a cakey person. Like, I don't like vanilla cake. Chocolate cake's my best, but it must be moist. And the icing must be like ganache. Yes, ganache. Am I making everyone hungry now? Raid the kitchen after. No. There's no ganache in my pantry. Yes, we are programmed by society. Narrative. The real crisis is a lot of men don't want modern women. The pushback to traditional roles is interesting. So where I stand on this. I think men have a really, really hard time in life. I think, even though I'm always shouting at the men in my life, but I think men do. I think men have had it really hard, and the pressure is on them. The pressure is really, really on them. In terms of your question, wait. Yeah, but I don't, like, again, we come back to this question of, are our roles, I believe we are different. I believe a woman shouldn't, yes, mentally, maybe we should be able to do what a man can do, if not better. However, I don't want to be lifting heavy things. I want a man to help me. I want the men in my life to help me. I don't want, to rely on myself for everything. I need help. That's what I need. That's where I want someone to be able, I want to feel safe in someone's arms. That's how I hold. I don't want to be a total feminist bully on my own. No. American what? Horror Story gimp suit. Would love to dress up in that. When Van, there's next year. I tell you, next year I'm going to go big. I'm going to plan it properly. I'm watching all the Terminator movies. Ooh, no, wait, missed that one. Sorry. At the moment, the first one came out donkeys years ago. Yeah, no, it did. And how young do you feel now? Yeah, that was terrifying. I remember that liquid silver dude was number 2. Yes, I got scared when I saw that. I couldn't actually watch it. It's like stuff of like alien horror movies. Oh, no. Oh, yes. No, I have had a bar one cake. I know the spa where I used to say, oh, they make great ones. And for my boy's birthday, because both my son and TG are born on the same day. So I got them a large one. Usually they just make the mini ones, but I got a large one and it was good. It was good. But I am fussy when it comes to cake. I must be honest. I'm more of a, like I said, and look, I think the reason I have insulin resistance, number one, because I need to start training again and moving. And I need to definitely I have a love affair with pasta. I really do. I love my pasta. And the thing is with the insulin resistance, any bit of starch that I take in, it just hangs. It's like that hangover that just never, like you have to drink and drink and drink lots of water to make it go away and eat lots of like oily food. Ugh. Yeah. Okay. Chocolate cake, mousse, toffee, caramel, and melted bowl one as icing. Yeah, no. Oof, divine. Yeah, so I think what was nice is, I mean, we got some decent sweets. In fact, I still look how good I am. I think, oops, I just knocked the table. Ooh, Mondays. I still have these, so I didn't pig out. Okay, there was no pigging out. So yeah, but it was fun. And what was nice is that you'd go up to someone's house, and they could be of a different color or a different creed or a different religion, and everyone was just chilled and happy and like hospitable, and it was cool. So yes, welcome, Roadrunner. How you doing? Yeah, I think probably, what did Vanessa say? Yeah, it was. Let's go back to her comment quickly. It was formed in 1911, thought in the same Day of the Dead. I'm quoting Vanessa here, so hopefully, but she does do a good amount of research. And you could speak to the dead. Like I said, that's not my vibe. Like once you're in the ground, I want to know, like for reals. Like some people go to, what are those things? People who look at your palms and and try and read your life and also help with the name. I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I'd believe in all that. Like that's just, I don't know. Some people, I think, okay, you might get what you want. Like I understand plotting star charts maybe and plotting where the planets were when you were born, but I mean, if buts and maybe, like, nah, no, I think I'm too pragmatic and too black and white for that. All right, so yeah, look, I don't believe it's necessarily evil. Like I said before at the beginning of the show, whatever you think something is and you attach an energy to that, you make it into that. So if I believe this lipstick is bad and every time I put it on, I'm going to do bad things, well, maybe I do. But I mean, I don't think like that. So yeah. Exactly. Rub-a-dub-dub. I dreamt the entire Terminator 2 movie a week ago before I watched it. Pissed my brother off because I ruined the plot. But weird how that can happen. Yeah, now. Shame. Yeah. Listen, I'm very good at realizing who done it. I'm very good at that. I think Joking Atheist, we used to play a game on Discord, yes? Yeah. I'm very, like, I always, even as a little kid, I always could figure out who done it in Murder, She Wrote. I always knew before. I always thought, yeah, it's that guy. What's this one? So, yeah, I knew. Yes. Okay, I speak to the dead to know whether I need an umbrella next week. Same way I ask the stars for relationship advice. Yeah, no, exactly. I wonder why we are so fascinated at jump scares, pushing our boundaries at fear. I wonder if it had some evolutionary benefit that we are left with its effects on us from an evolutionary point. No, 100. I think your brain had to develop in order for your, like, being scared kept you alive, and maybe develop brain cells so that you became clever. Who knew? Same plot as CSI. Alrighty. So yeah, that's just some thoughts on Halloween. I just enjoy dressing up. You know me. I always enjoy dressing up. And I don't actually think we have any photos. I was so busy and so rushed. I don't think I have photos. Crazy. But yeah, no, it was lots of fun. And I think sometimes we should do something out of the blue and out of the norm and just challenge ourselves to take something different, do something different. Yeah, cool. Um, what you were saying? I was 4, movie etched in my brain, especially the milk bottle death scene. No, wag 'n bietjie. Oh wait, was this it? What are you guys talking about? Was it it? Was it it? Which movie was that? Put the movie in the comments. Which movie? Previous some plots. I don't know. Sorry guys. I'm lost. What was it uneventful in terms of safety? So I think, what do you mean? Us trick or treating? Or do you mean the actual Halloween? Do you think there is something fearful that could affect your safety? I'm sure crazy things happen to people. Look, I don't know. I haven't. Some people really believe in poltergeists and things, but like I say, you attract what you think and what you bring into your life. When is Charlene up and coming for a stream? Soon. Hopefully next week, maybe. I'll think about it. Yeah, we should. We should definitely. She'll definitely make an appearance, alright. Oh, Terminator 2. Yeah. No, that silver liquid thingy was just. And how there's special effects that are being used now that are sort of reflected back then, but are just like, now it's all CG, but back then it was like really hard work to get the special effects to happen. Like I watched about I've forgotten the name again. Not Poltergeist, though, not Shining. I'm going back. I can't believe I've got short term memory. You know me. I have serious brain fog. Um can't see now. One where her head turns around. Apparently the room was so cold because she had to have like they had to have the moisture coming out of the vapor coming out of her. The room was freezing. The priests and that were all in double layers. She was in a flimsy little nightgown. What was her name? Carrie? Was it Carrie? I think there was also that movie Carrie. Oh, I remember. Wasn't that the Stephen King movie about the car? I remember watching that. That movie freaked me out completely. Scary movies. I also watched Corpse's Bride. That was quite cool with Tim Burton. I think it was Tim Burton, yeah. That was a cool movie to watch. Yes, it was something you would recommend to other kids in our neighborhoods. Okay. No, I did feel safe. I must be honest. In our neighborhood, still, thank goodness, there were about 100 of us walking in a 2.5 kilometer radius. So I did feel safe. And I had lots of people. I mean, I had TG, I had another friend, his kid. No, there were lots of us. It was fantastic. It was awesome. So yeah, we were lucky. Really, and I see on Facebook lots of people also in the neighborhood, so it was cool. The Shining. Was The Shining Stanley Kubrick? Wasn't it Stephen King? Was it Stanley Kubrick? Good heavens. Okay. Age. See, I was right. can't remember. No, I think it was from all the edibles I had this weekend. Oh, my machis. Wow. For real. Like, there's a lot of cannabis store traders that have opened up. And we found one that's really cool to become a member of. And yeah, this friend of ours bought some seriously strong edibles, and I had a literal THC hangover Monday morning. I'm telling you. Oh yes, Christine was the car one. That's right, Christine was the car one. Yeah, that was scary. That was very scary. Like your car all of a sudden doing all sorts of crazy shit with you. It was the example I thought of the other day. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, no. Word there. Word. You think he directed it? Probably. Could be. Could very well be. Wouldn't put it past that. I think there's a whole lot of documentaries about how they done it. Oh, yes. You see, The Shining was written by King Adapted. Oh, by Kubrick for film. Ah, you see? You see? Thank you, V. Thank you, Brandon. Alien Planet, etc. I haven't watched. I want to watch a lot of old movies. We should actually make a list of all the golden oldies. Like I watched Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. That was fun. It was cheeky. Oh yes, I watched that Marilyn. What was that show on Netflix? Marilyn, the story of Marilyn. Like it just made so much sense. It made so much sense. It does. The conspiracy theory does make sense that she was killed. And just like that scene with JFK. Oh my god, like you think, he's probably so handsome and so dapper and so such a gentleman, and then he's just like, hit it, baby. Make my day. Like what the it was quite shocking. Very shocking. Yes, just remember the stream is not for youngins. Not at all. Yeah, and I think men and women have been abused like that. Men may be in different ways, but women, listen, even in my life, guys have tried their luck when they shouldn't have. They didn't get it right necessarily. I've always been very sussy when it comes to checking out like the vibe, and I've been very blessed. I've got huge mother Nigerian big angels looking after me, big mothers, huge. Because I think of the shit that I got up to in my teens, like walk places at night, go places. Maybe it was a different time. Look, when we grew up, it definitely was. I don't think there was as wide as this, that we know they're predators now, and I mean it's bloody mayors are becoming presidents. So yeah, there's nothing like watching old black and white sci-fi. The music, the story, everything is just great. Okay, joking. You're gonna have to give us a list of what to watch. Actually, not what you think. Wendy as the real villain, outed by the Wendy theory. Okay, you have to come explain that. You will. But yeah, guys. So I've been yapping for 40 minutes already. Yeah, I hope you have an awesome. I remember, you guys are talking about Dr. Strangelove. I remember like the original Frankenstein and also the original Dracula. It was like crazy. My mom actually remembers they watched Tarzan when she was little, like on the cinema, on the reels. And that she was a little girl. She was about probably 10. And she had nightmares about these hippos eating these people in the canoes. And that for her was a horror story. She never got over that. But these were kids. I mean, my mom was born in 1945. So, we didn't even have TV in South Africa until the late 1950s, early 60s. Real reality check. Oh, yes. Check that fact out. That's the truth. Yeah. All our 70s babies were lucky. We're fortunate, but we didn't get proper TV until now. I mean, let's be honest. We haven't been exposed to half the media culture and pop culture the Americans and the British have. We just haven't. I think so. Maybe that's why we're more conservative. That's why we're sort of more level-headed. We're not so crazy by media. I mean, I think living in the States must be a real mind kopdraai. Seriously, a real kopdraai. Yeah, we should definitely. I think movie nights are fun. Um, yeah, it's true. Yeah, yeah, they do. They do. Yeah, how bad was that story of that giraffe? Is that woman okay? Does anyone know that mother of that she was a game ranger or something at the is it the Kiera Park? I can't think now. Yeah, what a hectic story. Like an 18-month toddler was killed by a giraffe of all things. Like how the hell? Like was it a case of an accident? Like the story's not out on that. But yeah, that's a horror story all on its own. And then there's that stupid thing which we'll have Ashwa on. I still haven't watched it. I'm sure we got it. Beast. It looks like a lot of horse. It does. It looks like an atta bull. Like again, do I want to waste 2 hours of my life watching something like that? That is complete rubbish. Would never happen in the wild. Yeah. So nah. All right. Yeah, yeah. All right, people. I'm going to say good night and thank you for joining me. And Charlene, I think we'll do a Charlene next, Albert. I think Charlene must come out um, and give us her little news report on the record and things happening in her world. No, we'll definitely contact Charlene and she'll be back. um, oh, Corona's. Yeah, that's right. But when you're little, Corona's boring. I don't know how old you are. You might be slightly older than me. But when I was little and I watched Gremlins, I got scared. Little bit. Little bit. Listen, I still remember up until not so long ago. I would literally wait, how would I do it? Close my eyes and my ears. Like literally, like terrified in the movie house. I didn't want to see or hear what was going on. Horror movies freaked. Yeah, still to this day, I'm actually very proud of myself that I watched Halloween's End. But I was literally, I promise you, I think I had headphones on and I was scrolling on my phone. I was watching it, but I was like, yeah, yeah, mm-mm. No, I don't like the frights. I don't know. I value my heart and my blood pressure. I know that I'm like on the verge, so I keep it down. Yes. Phantasm was all good. OG horror. Okay, I'll check that out. Oh, did you watch Beast? And was entertaining. Okay, okay. Sweet. Not the best, but had entertainment value. Okay. I've always wanted a mogwai. Oh, they're so cute. Yeah. Thank God we have puppies and doggies and things. Alrighty, peeps. Cool. We could continue this, but I'm gonna end it. So yeah. Mwah! Remember, subscribe. I always forget. Subscribe, give the show a likey. Also, yeah, if you want to be on the WhatsApp group, contact someone either that you know in the group itself, or let's see, email me on rebelliousruthie@gmail.com and we will get you connected. So yeah, cool. TTFN, guys. Bye.